In this video, we're going to be assembling our vise as well as our soft jaws and our cylinder flange so that we're able to make our second operation on this part. Before we can do anything with our assembly, what we need to do is go out and find our pre-done model of our Tormach 5-inch vise. So to be able to do that, we can go onto our class website and we can find a button here that has it's a link to download our 5-inch vise. So if we click on that, we can click download, and that will download a file to our computer. The next thing that we need to do is we need to upload this into our Fusion 360. So to be able to do that, I click on the little data panel waffle up there, and click on upload, select files, and we are going to select the Tormach 5-inch vise. I already downloaded it one other time. I have it there as well. And we click open, and finally we select upload. What this is going to do for us is it will be able to upload our vise as an actual model for us to be able to insert into our file. You can also find a whole bunch of other different types of work holding things in our CAM samples. Just to show you where I got it from, I went to CAM samples, work holding, and they have two other vices by Tormach in here as well. The only problem with these is that you can't insert them into our current drawing. So I downloaded those, and we are able to use that for our model. So after I have my Tormach 5-inch vise uploaded, what I want to do is I want to insert it into this drawing right here. I don't want to open this up and use this as a model because in the future I'd like to be able to. What I'm going to do is right click this, and I'm going to insert it into the current design. Getting a reminder, I need to save this first. So I will save this as my cylinder head, cylinder flange, OP2. And now I'll be able to put that into the design. Press OK right there. Now, when we start out, we're not able to really move anything around in this. What I want to do is I want to edit this a little bit. So I'm going to right click on my Tormach 5-inch vise right there. I'm going to ground it first and capture that position. What that's going to do is now I'm not going to be able to move this around anymore. So it's making that part stay in place. The second thing I want to do is I want to right click on that and I want to break that link. Because what happens before is if I would edit anything in here, it would edit that model right there. Once I break that link, I can edit this all I want, and this is going to stay constant. Next thing I want to do is I would like to delete a joint in here so that I'm able to move this jaw. So if we come down here, we have, I believe it's planar 12. What I'm going to do is, in our timeline, I right click on that and I click on delete, and that allows me to move my jaw back and forth. Last things I need to do is I would like to remove or hide our jaws, our parallels, as well as our stock. How we can do that is we can click on our little down arrow, or our little arrow right there, and I'm just going to look for my stock. If I click on it, this one's underlined, that stock like that. Look for this soft jaw right there. I can click on the little eyeball right there. I have this soft jaw, which I can hide. And then I also want to hide my parallels. Not going to be. So I've got my bolts here and I have my movable. The next step that I want to do is I want to put in my soft jaw blanks. So just like we inserted the vise, I'm going to insert my soft jaw blanks. So I can right click on that and insert that into the current design. And we can move it around by dragging the little arrows. And the holes in our soft jaw are not centered. We have a short end and we have a long end. Our short side is going to be on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is grab the handles right here and I'm going to move it up to 90 degrees. That's okay when it's inserted. And what I want to do is I want to insert this into the assembly. And how I do that is I'm going to create a joint between the inside center of this hole for that counter bore and the back side of our socket head cap screw right here. I'm going to select joint. I'm going to zoom in. And I want to highlight my circle here so that it snaps to the center point of that circle. Click on that. And since we use that circle, I'm going to go to the back side of this bolt and do the exact same thing. I'm going to bring it to that intersection right there and make sure that it snaps to the center point of that. And when it brings it in place, press OK, and now our soft jaw is placed into our vise. We're going to want to do that a second time. I'm going to right click, current design, and I'm going to manipulate this. So grab that handle, move it to 90 degrees. Next up, I'm going to grab this handle, spin it around 180 degrees so that I'm able to take the soft jaw and press OK. This is going to be the exact same thing. Select joint, and I'm going to select the center point of that hole right there. Come around, select the back side, right, and just double check that our soft jaws are in place. Press OK. So now what we've done is we have sort of, I want to say, bolted our soft jaws that we designed into our vise model. The next thing that we need to do is we can still move this, but we want to make sure that our jaws that they need to be gapped 1/8 of an inch for our next step when we actually draw and cut into this. What I want to do is I'm going to make a joint between this face and this face, and they're going to be 1/8 of an inch apart. And to be able to do that, I'm going to click on joint, and I'm going to select the center of that face, move it around, select the center of that face, and I'm going to offset in the Z 0.125. Now, that has brought our two soft jaws 1/8 of an inch apart in our vise, just like what our prints told us that we needed to do.